Okay, guys. Map number 1 in the American circuit here at DreamHack Fall. In the bottom right, how fitting to have him in the opening match. It's the American champion of the summer and the W3 champions ladder. It's Hitman. And his opponent for the first time in the DreamHack circuit. Yes, this is a guy of many names, but most of them call him Deuce. I hope that was a proper introduction, Carsten.
Oh, you did great. You did great. You know, that's the Bidu introduction. I like to call him Deucey Woosey, but I think the Deuce is a much better fitting hype introduction for him. And a little bit of a weird opener maybe for Deuce. Was this Crypt Altar?
Yeah. Crypt Altar late Ziggy.
Oh, and he's changing it up. I think I cursed him a little bit by saying he always goes DK standard. Of course I'm wrong as always, and it will be the Crypt Lord, and it's good on Northern Isles, so excited to see how Hitman deals with this.
Cast a curse right away. That's how we love it here. And maybe he is following up on that in-sub creep route. You don't really expect that at all. Hitman on the other side, he's still a big fan of the Blade Master, and that's his first hero pick.
Yeah, for sure. And the most standard way to counter a Crypt Lord is generally to go for a fast shop as the Orc player, run across the map immediately, and steal some creeps, deny that level 2, deny that level 3 from the Crypt Lord, try to cancel the expansion. But with Hitman going for this slow shop, we're going to see him creep level 2 first, maybe with Critical Strike, go for this green camp to the south, and then the little Murloc green camp to the north, and get his level 2 and then go across the map. But this is going to give Deuce a lot of time, and if he goes for some sort of a wacky creep route, like we were talking about that red camp, or just straight for the expansion, also an option, Hitman might be caught out a little bit.
Would be nice to see him. Okay, yeah, we talked about, I don't know if it was on stream or not, but we said don't play big maps against Hitman. There's too many items, he gets too many good ones. And boom, the season starts, and what's his first item? The Claws of Attack.
Yeah, Slippers of Agility coming up as well. He also got a lot of crits on that first camp, and the more crits you get, the better RNG, the quicker you creep, the quicker you're able to harass. But he's still not going to be able to stop the expansion creep, so that's one thing going in Deuce's favor, but we'll see. Will it be Slippers? If it's Slippers, I think we just turn off the stream, Neil.
It's not that unlikely. Like, usually the chance is 1 to 4, but it's Hitman. Oh, Mantle of Intelligence. His item hack is a little off and buggy today.
Yeah, I don't think it's too bad, but definitely not as good. You can always go to the marketplace on Northern Isles and get another clause, potentially, but there is a little RNG there, maybe just safer to get the circlet. He is going to get the circlet, and he is going to go up to the expansion, but the Nerubian Tower is almost up. The Ziggurat almost finished building, and he's going to see the Crypt Lord now.
All right, and the Crypt Lord, if he looks at his inventory, he might be a little jealous because there's a Pendant of Energy, which means a free impale, pretty much, and more beetles, but you know what? The Claws of Attack deals with the gold mine pretty easily.
And he's got about 3 more Windwalks, so he can cancel that gold mine a couple more times.
Yep.
You would like to keep that because there is impale, so you can risk being surrounded, but he's just going to go straight up for the Acolyte, and he's going to get it. And Deuce is going to have to rebuild the Acolyte. There's not another one to rebuild this gold mine.
Ouch. This is already a pretty big delay on this expansion. If you look at the bottom left of our stream, you see Hitman's tech is already at 3/4.
Oh, and he's catching out the next Acolyte. He knew what was happening. He knew Deuce had to rebuild another Acolyte, and Hitman's just zoning it out right now, delaying this expansion for as long as possible. And with that delay, you're talking about the tech. That'll mean Shadow Hunter. That'll mean probably a Tauren Totem for Spirit Walkers, and that'll mean a Tier 3 tech.
Yeah, that's a lot of pro arguments for Hitman here. This Crypt Lord, despite the great item, not working out too well. Look at this block.
Jesus. He's a monster. He's a madman.
Yeah, and no nerves at all, right? I mean, he can only lose in this match, pretty much. Oh, Lightning Shield on the Crypt Lord, okay. But yeah, there's so much pressure on him. He mentioned that in the, I think it was W3 Champions final interview. He likes to play against big names because then he's the underdog. That's where he feels most confident. But yeah, here in America, of course, he's the favorite in every single match. But doesn't seem to affect him that much.
Definitely. The expansion is getting up. The Nerubian is up now and probably uncancelable. There is a couple more Windwalks, but he'd really have to dive in, and there's a couple of Impales on Deuce's Crypt Lord, so maybe the Expo will get up safely, but this has been a lot of delay so far by Hitman.
Okay, but there's still a shot for Deuce to get back into this. He started the tech. We see the Torrent Totem, Shadowhunter as you called it. Blade Master just staring the beetle in the eye. Not afraid at all. But once Deuce gets maybe 3 crypts up and prepares for a Necro push, this could be dangerous.
For sure, yeah, and there is a lot of different styles that Hitman has to prepare for. He knows what he has to do in this stage. He's got to zone out the Crypt Lord, stop that level 3 for those level 2 beetles, because if those get into your economy, that can really be a struggle without Dispel early. But there's a lot of things. You can go for Frostworms, you can go for a Mass Destroyer push, Necromancers, you can go for just lots of Fiends, and a Tier 2 push with like an Alchemist or something like that. So there's a lot of scouting that Hitman has to do, but for now he's just going to pressure out this Crypt Lord. He's in his base.
It's so impressive how he's level 2.6 with 2 spots pretty much. And a lot of kills, obviously. But we got Neroops. That's Blade Master slowed down. He doesn't really like that. Expo's finished. Starts mining. Didn't forget about the Ziggurats, obviously, as he needs it for towers. And claws for Deuce as well.
Yeah, not quite as effective as on that Blade Master, but it's definitely going to help to get this Blade Master out of his face, and he needs to do that as he loses another ghoul, and the Shadowhunter's going to steal away this Tuskar camp. The big boy has not yet been crept. It doesn't look like Deuce wants to commit in to try to steal that, so this item's going to go to Hitman. This might be a big mana, might be a Scroll of the Beast, all good things. And it will be Wand of Mana Stealing, also pretty good against the Crypt Lord.
Yeah, for melee heroes, always good, especially for the TC later if we go that far. Interested in the build of Deuce. So far we only see 2 crypts and he's going into Fiends. That is indeed rather standard.
Yeah, maybe some sort of a tier 2 pressure. Generally what happens in this matchup with Crypt Lord against Blade Master, the Blade Master player will try to get that tier 3 Tiny Great Hall expansion up, and then the Undead player is going to try to pump up to 70, maybe 80 supply, and then do an all-in push against that expansion. If the Orc player manages to hold it, the Orc player wins. If the Undead manages to break the expansion, it becomes very difficult for the Orc player.
Do you want to contest for my title as the Prophet, or what's your deal here?
Well, I was already wrong once, so I got to make up for lost time.
Sure, okay, I give you that. Yeah. Indeed, good point before that the Crypt Lord has still not made it to 3, and if you look around the base and the expansion, there's no safe spot to creep. Hitman is just stealing everything.
And he gets the Shredder right on time. The tier 3 tech about to finish, and then he can get that Tauren Chieftain and the Tiny Great Hall as an economy is going to be cooking soon. This way you don't have to build new peons at the expansion. You can just transfer them over when you do get it up as the Orc player. But right now, Deuce, he's starting to pump units. He's going to get up to 50 supply. He's getting his Slaughterhouse. He's getting his Death Knight for that important coil. And maybe he's going to have some map control to take away a couple of camps. Maybe the Marketplace, maybe the shop. They're still up for grabs for both players. So there is opportunity for Deuce coming up.
Yeah, we have a level 3 Shadowhunter and only a level 2 Blade Master. He's close, but no level 2 Windwalk. And in the long run, this will cut into his mana. Shadowhunter creeping the natural now. Does he have the Tiny already? He does have the Tiny already. Hitman is a greedy man. Builds the Tiny before the creep spot is done. Showing off.
Yeah, that is very early. Normally, we see him even wait for his Tauren Chieftain to come up before he puts that down, but he knows he's got a lot of map control right now. He knows exactly where Deuce is, and he steals the creep to get the level 3 you were talking about. Ouch. So there, he doesn't even need to creep with the Shadowhunter. He can just stay on Deuce. He's still got 2 heal salves from the early game. And this is going really well for Hitman.
Yeah, it kind of feels like all he needs is a Blade Master.
Yeah, looks like.
Did he fight with anything but the Blade Master? He didn't pull a grunt to the fight or something? Oh no. Oh, gets the claws plus 9.
God. The item hack works for Deuce, but then Hitman steals it anyway. And here's the Shadowhunter, full mana. The hack's on the Death Knight, and that is looking like a dead hero already. First fight of the game, and it's not going well. The Impale only hits the Shadowhunter. Blade Master has Spirit Link. Blade Master has Heal Wave level 2, and the Hex on the Fiends are going to force the Town Portal. Oh, baby.
Brutal. Really, really brutal. Of course, great scouting with the Blade Master throughout the entire game. And then you can punish stuff like this. It's rather hard. We don't even have a tier 3 tech by Deuce. He built a Temple of the Damned, a little 1-2-0-esque inspired, maybe? It is a great army once you get a lot of Fiends and Banshees and statues, but man, Hitman is just ahead in every single regard.
Yeah, you're talking about a lot of fiends. There goes one more to the Windwalk Blade Master. So there's 5 still left, and he's pumping off 2 crypts. A 58 supply. He would like to be around 70 right now, but maybe some sort of a push. Maybe killing the peons at Hitman's expansion could slow down Hitman's 60 food army that he would like to get up to. So still a little bit of an opportunity, but the Crypt Lord's still on level 2, and the Shadowhunter is level 4 now.
That's one of the saddest Crypt Lords I've seen since he was patched. Oh boy, this is not good. At least we got Curse now. That is a little damage mitigation. More coming in. So damage reduction, always nice to have. More Fiends is more damage added to the Undead army. There's an Orb of Lightning though, and we all know that, lots of misses, that the first hit procs the Purge.
It's definitely going to get that statue kill. The Crypt Lord did get level 3, but here's the Tauren Chieftain. There could be even a speed scroll for some sort of a stomp, and right now Deuce is not looking too scary despite having the expansion the entire game. Another Fiend is going to go down, and there's a huge stomp. The Walkers take a little bit of damage, but there is master training for those so they can revive each other now. Level 1 Coil not looking too scary. The Ghouls are being pulled, but the Fiends are just slowly dying, and has Hitman even lost a unit yet? There goes down a Walker, but there's mana for the revive.
Oh boy. Is he master already? Dude is master already. What the hell? Shadowhunter surrounded, has no survivability items. There's the Walker, as you said. Lots of misses on the Crypt Lord. This might just be Achilles trying to pop him out. And it works. He's still surrounded though, with the 2 units around Deuce. Trying everything to threaten Hitman, but this man has just all the answers.
Oh, Shadowhunter getting pretty low. One last Hex to deny maybe an Impale, but there wasn't enough mana for it either way. But it's still going to get out, but the Walker goes down, and is there enough Walker? Okay, did he just immediately revive the Walker?
I think
Maybe
so.
he did. No, he still hasn't, actually. Okay, I think that was a revived Walker. So how many units did Hitman lose there?
Not too many.
1,000 gold.
For all the Undead fans, not too many. But Deuce is still at 68. He still has a decent army. He would love to have a statue here now. But, you know, Blade Master took care of that. We still do have Banshees. We still have 2 old Fiends and a lot of them. And that's the rat spot here. It wasn't, in the end, too bad, actually.
Yeah, he's still got a big army, like you point out, and he could still push this expansion. What does he get? He gets Helm of Valor. Not really a good item, but not the end of the world. You can sell it. You can go to the marketplace. There's going to be some auras available there eventually, so maybe he can trade it out. Hitman's going to get the marketplace, but maybe Deuce just goes right to the other red, or maybe he pushes Hitman's expansion, and he's still got opportunity to win a fight. Still a 20 supply advantage for him.
The items are actually nuts. The TC is so tanky. He has 6.6 armor. He already has 850 HP. He got a Ring of Regen. The Blade Master gets level 2 crit now with plus 28. There was even a Claw in the marketplace. I'm a little disappointed he didn't buy it. He could now. Adds Wyvern for more damage. Oh, this is looking good.
Yeah, 2 Bestiary Wyvern, in fact, pumping out, and that's where Hitman goes up to his 66 supply. Maybe getting a Tauren as well. He is getting a Tauren. Did he get the Invul? No, gets the Heal Scroll, and Deuce gets the Potion of Invulnerability, so that's going to keep his Death Knight a little bit safer. But the statues, with this level 2 critical strike, might be not long for this world. But the Curse is going to help out.
Okay. Still no tier 3 tech, though. This is definitely an issue for Deuce down the road. There's no Orb of Corruption, there's no Destroyers, there's no Possession Master Training. I feel like he needs that tier 3 sooner than later, but he just wants mass. And we have the next fight here. Fiend a little exposed. Big stomp! Oh my! There's no survivability on this Crypt Lord. He's just right-clicking onto him, buying some time with the sweet Impale, but the TC with the Aura now catches another coil, but that's only level 1 coil. That doesn't help too much, and the Hex is getting expelled by the Purge, and that's the Crypt Lord gone.
Yeah, TP and Potion of Invulnerability on the Death Knight, and no level 2 coil. And right now the Banshees are falling. The Fiends are still up, and there is a lot of them, but the Spirit Link is helping out quite a bit, and the Tauren is right in the middle of everything, as well as those big stomps. The Death Knight still trying to get some kills, but he's out of mana, no coils left. Maybe an earlier Town Portal would have helped, but like you said earlier, you're still stuck on tier 2 if you're in Deuce's position. What are you going to do with a follow-up push? And everything is falling. The Crypt Lord's been taverned back. There's Potion of Invulnerability, but the Hex is perfectly on time. And there's the TP, there's the Invuln, there's the game for Hitman.
Damn! Strong performance, I'd say. This was definitely a little bit of an exclamation mark towards the entire region.
Jesus, yeah, that was spooky.
Wow, guys, that was a clinic. That was crazy to watch for sure.
Kind of cool to see that Deuce was trying something not too normal. Of course, we've seen more Crypt Lord, but you guys said it, more like a standard player. Maybe Hitman doesn't expect it, and if he doesn't expect it, and the Expo comes up, and there's a level 3 Crypt Lord, then the game might be in his favor, but to all these ifs, there was a nope by Hitman.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I just think that Blade Master movement, the timings, especially the last 2 steals and the claws steal at the lab, really kind of solidified his position. Because the fight at the bottom right at the red was not too bad for Deuce, and that was his moment. But he really needed to go back, get items. So his Crypt Lord was out of mana and out of HP, and then he let Hitman get both of the heal scrolls. So coming into the final fight, Hitman was feeling really good at that moment. Now, if the Crypt Lord had a mana pot, had full HP, had an invul, an invul and the DK, eventually got on the DK, but and then he also had some heal scrolls, I think he would have been in a better position coming into that last fight.
But yeah, I think the early game was the issue. In the fights, actually, it didn't look too bad. It was well executed by Deuce. But if the items are so sick, and if the early is so sick, and if the tech advantage is so sick, then yeah, that's how an Orc versus Undead fight looks like in 2020. So, next map, Terranas Stand. This might as well be another one of these Crypt Lord maps, but maybe it's a surprise for all of us. We're loading in to map number 2. There he is, continuing his reign over the American continents. In the yellow, it's Hitman. And in the bottom right, in the devilish red, it's Deucifer. Alrighty, match points for Hitman already.
Deucifer. Where'd you get that from? That's awesome. That's his nickname for ages.
Yeah, you guys told me. I steal everything I know about the American region. I stole from you. I'm just, a sponge for NA Warcraft knowledge.
Very nice. I guess we gotta call him Ducal now.
Ducal?
Deuce and Michael put together.
Yeah.
I don't know how you combine Deuce and Michael.
Mice.
Nice. Beautiful. Oh, Neo. It's a Crypt Lord again.
It is a Crypt Lord again. And, this was very heavily punished on map 1. Here on Terranas, though, the distance to the Expo is a little longer and maybe a little less punishable.
Yeah, and so glad I was talking about those consumables, the heal scrolls, the potion of invulnerability, the mana potions, and on Terranas Stand, there's a lot of those available just from creeping, and there's definitely, like you say, a bigger map, so you have more opportunity to creep those consumable camps, and last game, the expansion wasn't punished at all, so at least that went well for Deuce. It was canceled once, but he still managed to creep it for free without any harassment, but right now, Hitman is just running across the map without any items, not even selling the town portal. Is he just countering this? He doesn't have salves, but he's just going for it.
Nah,
okay, I see what he's doing. He's going for the items.
Exactly. He's banking on his item luck once again. Let's see if he does this perfectly. If he has the rhythm down, as the rogue will, of course, summon a second frost armor. If you attack it, he will cast it on himself. If not, he will attack it. He will put it on one of the apprentices. So far, Hitman does it perfectly. Second chance. I will make a lot of fun of him if he doesn't get this right.
2 attacks, attacks something else, but he attacks it with his Blade Master by accident.
I think,
what a noob.
I think he was thrown off by the fact that he had Gloves of Haste, and the attacks were a little faster.
Possibly, yeah, because you're supposed to not attack anything after the rogue attacks twice. 3 times? I think it's 3 times. I remember when I'm playing, but... Okay, but he gets the ring, though, as well, so that's 2 things not going well for Hitman, and the expansion's been crept for Deuce, and no canceled goldmine this game, it looks like, but Hitman's going to get the whole mercenary camp, which is going to be a level 2.3, 2.4 Blade Master already.
Yeah, we've seen him before doing this with the lightning shield creep, but I think since he only had 1 grunt and the shop was too far away, he couldn't do that, so he's tanking a little bit of damage, but still pretty damn fast here. And level 2.
Deuce is going to be level 3, though. Pretty soon, you just got to take this and then maybe the green camp next to the shop, and he will be at least very close to level 3. And now Hitman knows it's a Crypt Lord. The Beetle comes in and cancels the salve. That's really nicely done from Deuce, and Hitman's going to get the potion of greater healing.
Okay.
But the items are not looking too good.
Okay. I'm wondering, is he buying a staff to harass the main? He has the resources, but no. That would have put pressure on Hitman, and I think if you want to beat him, you have to threaten him a little bit here and there and annoy him and make it so he's not so comfortable. Like, his game plan can't unfold, otherwise you're screwed.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. You got to put him on some pressure. You got to put him on a timer. And you got to make sure that he's thrown off a little bit. A weird creep route like we saw from Insop. Some weird timing, some weird harassment. I think that'd be a great idea if he does go for it. But right now, he's just forced to play a little bit defensive. But for good reason. He's going to have the expansion up for free. Yeah. No cancels, no Acolyte kills like last game. No delay. So definitely a much better game from King Deuce here.
King Deuce indeed. The Nerub Tower is up as well. Of course, we have a very fast tech by Hitman. I think it was 1 grunt into tech. Right, and with that, Shadowhunter is coming.
Yeah, and the Torn Totem, it will be a tier 3 tech once he can afford it, and that very fast Master Walker training with 600 mana, the revives, the dispels, very important, and also the Tiny Great Hall, of course. But maybe the timing against the expansion for Deuce will be much stronger. He's already teching and getting his second crypt for the double crypt fiend. So this is, yeah, pretty good. He's going to have a big army in time to push that expansion of Hitman if he does go for that Tiny Grey Hall on tier 3.
Definitely better. Hitman is rushing tier 3 as well, even without a beastery. So it's just Torrent Totem into tier 3, which is really interesting. No raiders at all.
Yeah, this is a strategy that Hitman actually developed himself to counter the Crypt Lord. Because most people go Farseer, of course. They just blind go Farseer recently to counter the Crypt Lord. But Hitman said, no, I don't want to go Farseer. I want to still play Blade Master in case I'm against a Death Knight. So he developed this strategy specifically just to be able to play Blade Master against Crypt Lord.
That's pretty smart.
Oh, the grunt. Is Hitman losing a grunt? Okay, he's not. Almost losing grunt to creeps. The bash is pretty strong here.
Ridiculous question, Carson. As if that could potentially happen. Where's the Aura dude? Ah, the little frog. Okay, didn't see that yet. So is it again Fiends? Yeah, right? It's just 2 crypts. Alright. Maybe he wants to go for the tier 2 as well. I mean, the cat is out of the bag now. Hitman knows that Deuce might be playing this. Oh, wait, there's still no level 3 crypt lord. How is that possible?
Yeah, he just needs the little green camp, the little bash camp next to his shop, like I said. But there's your staff, at least. That was cool. He went for the harassment. He did stop Hitman from getting that big creep at the Goblin Laboratory. So no big item for him, but he does get level 2 on the Shadow Hunter. And then Deuce is going to get level 3 off the remainder of this creep camp in the middle that Hitman messed up earlier.
Yeah, this could be a lot of pressure now, as there's also 3 more corpses. Blade Master will pick it. Oh, actually the Taskmaster is very, very healthy still. Let's wait for the tier 3. Let's wait for the first Walker, then attack this just to be safe. Do we see an early temp? Wait a minute. Attack upgrades Unholy Strength for melee.
Yeah, and the armor upgrade.
Yeah, this is a whole lot of ghouls.
Very cool. And he's getting the Sacrificial Pit and going tier 3. Could this be some sort of a ghoul frostworm strategy? Kind of cool. We said he's got to switch it up. He's got to pressure Hitman. He's got to do what Hitman doesn't expect him to do. And this is definitely weird. We mostly see people go for these Fiends or go for the Necromancer sort of all-ins. But right now, yeah, Deuce is getting his strategy rolling, and he's getting the whole laboratory with just summons, and he gets the Lion Horn of Stormwind. That's a very nice item, especially if you're going for Frostworms.
Yeah, if you get a lot of units, then this item boosts the armor of a lot of units, so you get a lot of value out of that. I think I like that approach. Like, if you go Necros, that's what Hitman might expect. But then he has the Walkers ready, right? He has Dispel ready and a lot of Dispel ready. So what does it really do?
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, if he sees Necromancers coming out, Necro Wagon coming out, he'd just put down a second Torn Totem and just go pure Walker Torn. And then you have the Revive, you have the 600 mana. So it might be an interesting game, but Deuce would be countered before he even gets to Hitman's base, so...
Okay, tiny Great Hall to even out the economy. Ooh, Impale on the blade. There's a big invul and a big healing. I guess he realized that now. Still throws another coil just to force him away. Yeah, so Hitman stole that item.
Yeah, not too bad for him. And we're talking about the consumables a lot. And very important for Deuce if he gets a big mana, if he got that big heal. That would have been very helpful, but there's still, you know, the Renegade Wizard to the north and the other expansions, those drop consumables, as well as on the other side of the map. So still opportunity to get some of those. And he has his own shop that he can go to. Unlike Northern Isles, there's not just one shop. Each player can get their own heal scrolls, their own potions of vulnerability. So Deuce should have plenty of opportunity. And he's also got 2,000 gold if we're talking about opportunity.
That's a bunch of dineros, and I like that he's threatening another attack. He scouted it with one beetle very early, but the dispel, oh my god, he dispels again, and the staff doesn't work. Insane reaction by Hitman.
Wow, if that walker wasn't there, that burrow gets canceled. There's corpses there still from that camp. That would be even more beetles if the first ones die. If he gets that staff off, he has an impale. Oh, all the peons would have died. There's no town portal, or is there? Okay, there is still a town portal, but that still would have been a nice force to stop Hitman from creeping a Shadowhunter up. So close.
Yeah, the space that one caster was buying here now. Crazy good by Hitman. There's the Beastery now. So no second Torrent Totem. TC here. And oh my god. Look at that base. Triple Boneyard.
Wow, and he's already got the one armor. He's getting the one attack. The one... Okay, he just got 1-0 for the ghouls, which would help maybe go for some hit and run while he buys time for his, you know, 80 supply frost orbs in the future.
Oh my god. Hitman feels forced to run away. Blade Master comes in and has the Orb of Lightning. That means the statue is gone. Wait, what? 2 hits? 3 hits? Must be bugged. No proc.
His hack isn't working. What's going on? Oh, definitely. What are you doing? You're in no man's land. He's got a Cloak of Shadows, but there could be a potential reveal. It could be a potential dust, and the block well attacking with the blade. But again, no purges.
Yeah, this is a weird Orb of Lightning. We saw that Focus today. Didn't buy it. Maybe he knew all along that the proc is broken today.
Yeah, sometimes it feels that way. Sometimes it's a little frustrating, but, you know, I guess you can't rely on RNG. And that's not what Deuce is doing, certainly. He's relying on Frostworms all the way, and is Hitman going to see them? Maybe he sees one Boneyard? I'm not sure, but Deuce definitely sees the Blade Master soon with that shade.
It's crazy here, exactly. Lich is out as well. He does have the Orb now. Not only do we get a ton of worms, we also have the Destroyer upgrade. And more statues, so he's gonna have Dispel as well against all that Spirit Link.
And Hitman, no anti-air. He's getting his improved War Drums. He got his first Kodo Beast. He's got the Orb and a Berserker. Couple of Walkers. He's got Hex, but there will be Destroyers, like you just pointed out, to dispel that Hex on the Frostworms. So this is a push that I don't think Hitman is ready for. Is he getting reinforced defenses? He is, and spikes, actually, for those ghouls that he scouted. But right now, Hitman's not in a position to win this fight, I don't think. He even has a Tauren. He's got a Tauren. That's not too good.
Yeah, they can't throw up their totem in the air and hit the worm on the head. Speaking of worms, 3 worms are out now. We are at 80 supply. We're at 2-1 upgrades. He knows about this now, but... is there time? He got double Beastery and he counters with Wyvern, as there's not a single Fiend.
Yeah, that's probably the best counter, especially with that already 1 armor upgrade, with the Frost Armor, with that Lion Horn we were talking about earlier. And there's not quite level 2 coil yet, but definitely it would take a lot of Bat Riders to take these down. So if he can get 4-6 Wyvern before Deuce hits his expansion, it would be good. But right now he doesn't even have 2, and here comes Deucey Woosey.
And Deuce builds Gargs as well in anticipation of the Wyvern. I love that play. Is it in time though? The flying distance isn't too crazy. Impale hits the casters, wants to take them out. Where's the second and third worm, by the way? Oh, they were a little hexed here, I guess. But here is the damage now with 2 attack upgrades. This is rather crazy. Focuses on the casters. What an impale! Oh my god, how much did he get out of that one? TC is in trouble, just getting new. Take him. Oh no! Invo potion, last second save. Lich a little bit in trouble. Here the Wyvern taking care of the first worm. And I guess Deuce was focusing a lot but not killing too much.
Yeah, Yeah, definitely. The walkers go down, but they get revived. The bats come in to deal with that other worm. The destroyer's going down to the tower. There's suddenly only one worm left. The lich is low. Still no level 2 coil. Maybe the lich is going to go down. And it does go down to a wind walk. Yeah, that TC save was insane. On what, 5 health, he passes the potion of invulnerability. And Hitman holds with only 2 wyvern.
Deuce just lost, what, 30?
He was 88 supply.
Yeah. He lost like 30 supply here. Oh my god. As he's rebuilding. I do know my math. He's rebuilding stuff already. Yeah. How do you keep such an overview in a crazy fight like that? Like everything was blinking. The vision was blocked by frost worms. It was across 1.5 screens or something. But Hitman with the presence of mind to keep his, like, one of the most important heroes alive. Crazy.
Maybe he plays all the way zoomed in with the mouse wheel at all times.
Probably. That is. We're gonna ask him
Secret.
in a possible post-match interview. But man, is he in a wonderful position now?
Yeah, the beetle's coming in, but the tower's already up, and that tower helped a lot in that fight. Maybe Deuce kind of didn't give it the respect it deserved with the burrow and the tower in range of his air units. It does a lot of damage over time. And, yeah, losing, what, 3 Frostworms, his Lich, all the ghouls.
Yeah.
And the Tauren Chieftain's level 3 now. Oh, man.
Should have gone for Frozen Breath and disabled the
would
tower.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got 3 Boneyards. I mean, he unsummoned 1 now, but he had the production to do it. He had the lumber from those 20 ghouls he built earlier. And is he just going again? He's got a heal scroll. He's got that Mana Stone, which maybe we didn't point out earlier, and the Death Knight not quite level 3, and the creep camps are running out, but maybe Deuce can take one good fight, get that Death Knight level 3, maybe Lich level 3, and the heroes can carry in the later stages, but there is a lot of anti-air now for Hitman.
The experience lead for Hitman is crazy. Closing in on a level 5 Shadow Hunter, but he's got to be careful here. The Wyvern damage is insane. Another Hex takes out that worm. Down to 50%. Long range coil maybe. Needs it, kind of. Now? Soon? Coil? Deuce?
Oh my god!
Oh, barely noticeable. This level 1 coil on 1,350 HP.
Not dispelling that Hex, a little bit sloppy there from Deuce. But here's the fight. Here's the fight to win it all. Surprised Deuce isn't maybe trying to take another expansion. That would be a Wig Edition, but he is going in and getting 1 Wyvern right away with those Gargs, but he's trading 2 Gargs already for it. The Blade Master in the back is chopping away. The Spirit Link is doing work. The Abominations gets eaten by that 1 Kodo Beast. The Wyvern are taking a lot of damage, but nicely microed back, and the Worms are just falling. The Wyvern, okay. 2 have gone down. 3rd one almost going down, but there's always a heal wave.
The heal waves are so good on level 3, obviously. Next worm falls, doesn't even need a Bat Rider anymore. Destroyer lasts a little longer. The impales are nice, but he can't finish the job. And then there's always a Shadow Hunter for the healing. Really, really, really well done by